Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin on the verge of an absolute massive breakout. Where we could be headed, why it's looking better than you might even believe, and some exciting news for altcoins. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Rando here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin being on the verge of a generational, life-changing breakout, and why things are better than you might expect. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at @CryptoLove. Push that like button. Now today, dead neutral 50, up from 48 yesterday and 47 last week. The overall market up 3% today. Bitcoin at 28,311, Ethereum at 1732, BNB at 219, XRP 52 cents, Solana $24, Cardano 26 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, and Tron 8 cents. A very nice beginning to Rocktober, which has historically had 25% gains for Bitcoin, which would put the price roughly around $35,000. But after Bitcoin broke this yellow line, the 50-day moving average, this bar pattern shows what it did the last time it broke above the 50-day after it was underneath all three. Well, we are on par for the course, actually a few days early based on that. Right now, finding some resistance at the 100 and 200-day moving average. But I don't know if you guys see this, but there is a 97% chance we are in for 40% gains on Bitcoin price. Why, you might ask? Well, how about this? Bottom number one, bottom number two, confirmation point, and I don't know about you, but I see right now we are breaking that confirmation point. 97% chance for 40% gains, putting Bitcoin roughly mid $30,000. Of course, there's a 3% chance that it won't. Now, that being said, what is causing this massive pump? Well, it turns out over 32 million in Bitcoin short liquidations in just 5 minutes. People betting on the price going down to $10,000 because clearly that's where it's headed. Well, they just lost a lot of money betting short. Bitcoin had a massive breakout on the weekly candle, broke through the 3-month trend line right down here. Also at the same time, the RSI shows the same upward momentum and breakout. So massive breakout on the verge for Bitcoin. Also at show right here, breaking out of this wedge right here that Bitcoin has been in for months. We've been talking about the absolute date would be October 10th. Well, we broke out a week early. Surprise, surprise. Now, turns out every major upside move this year has begun on Sunday. Probably a coincidence? I don't know, but check this out. 42%, 53%, 21%. Guess what? On average, roughly 35% gains right there. Again, putting us mid-30s in terms of price. The last time we saw a breakout like the current one, Bitcoin rallied all the way up to $31,000 in the course of a couple days. We could be headed there very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, this very much reminds me similar like the coiling that happened in 2020 before price absolutely surged from $10,000 to $65,000. Look at what that overlay does right now. Should we have that breakout, that'll set us definitely to some new high levels, much higher than what we saw before. Now, currently at the filming of this video, who knows by the time you watch it, but right now, seeing some resistance on the 200-day moving average and the 200-week moving average right now for Bitcoin, right around $28,000. Should we break above there, find support above there? Well, it's kind of clear territory for Bitcoin to fly. Right now, Bitcoin is priced exactly where it should be priced based on this, not overvalued, not undervalued, based on the adoption curve trend, headed exactly where it should be headed and progressing at the exact rate that it should be progressing. You can see following that line, definitely still have a lot of time until we are in the overbought territory. As a matter of fact, based on the old supply realized price, this OSRP, we can see retests of this happen right before blast offs. Now, buying underneath there, obviously best strategy. Missed that, but the second best strategy will be buying when it's close to the OSRP, the old supply realized price, which is the average purchase price of 6-month holders. We've seen a double retest before, and that was right before Bitcoin 100x'd, which would put Bitcoin roughly at a $2.8 million Bitcoin, fingers crossed. But more realistically, where could we be headed? Well, it turns out that a baseline flip could trigger a massive bull run. In every cycle, Bitcoin forms a baseline that acts as a crucial support and resistance for the price. In 2016, price formed a baseline right here, this red line, broke above there, found support on there, and then massive bull run. How about in 2019? It saw a similar baseline, found support there, black swan, but then took off massively. Well, right now that baseline is roughly around that $35,000 price we've been harping on this entire episode. Should we break above there, find support there, that could be the beginning of an absolutely massive bull run for Bitcoin. And the best news for anybody who thinks they may have missed out not buying at $25,000 or $15,000 almost a year ago last December. Well, it turns out Bitcoin is still undervalued based on the Mayer multiple. You can see down here, when it's in green, it is undervalued. We have been in green for the longest that Bitcoin has ever been in green, giving everyone ample opportunities to buy Bitcoin at a discount, similar to buying during the Black Swan event or during the very absolute bottom in 2015. This is probably not the right time to sell Bitcoin, probably the best opportunities you're going to see in a very long time for buying Bitcoin. And the even better news, anybody who's been waiting for an alt season, it looks like we are right on the verge of an absolutely massive breakout. We see the altcoin market cap having breakouts right before the Bitcoin halving. As it breaks out of this wedge, we've seen in 2020, it happened at the exact time of the halving. In 2016, it happened a little bit before that. Right now, we are sitting on the upper bound of this wedge. Could have a breakout much more soon. Could put altcoins into the stratosphere. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.